Because today there has been a momentous turn in the entire narrative over Rafale. Moments after the Supreme Court delivered a blow to the Modi government by admitting 3 documents alleged to have been stolen by the centre on record, Rahul Gandhi claimed vindication. He came out and he said in no uncertain terms that the Supreme Court has ruled that the Chokidar is a chore. Now I'll play out that soundbite for you. You listen in. Pay close attention. He says this proves that the Chokidar is a chore, that the Supreme Court today has declared that the Chokidar is a chore. Listen to this. It's very, very important that you pay close attention to what he says exactly. Listen.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऐतिहासिक निर्णय लिया। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि हिंदुस्तान का चौकीदार, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि हिंदुस्तान का चौकीदार, ये देखो क्या कमाल हुआ। शर्म नहीं है इस व्यक्ति में। सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहता है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो देश के चौकीदार बने हैं वो चोर हैं।
You heard that? सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहता है कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो देश के चौकीदार बने हैं वो चोर हैं. He links it very clearly to the Supreme Court. Now the BJP dragged the Congress President to court accusing him of contempt, of misleading, misrepresenting the Supreme Court verdict to the public to gain unfair advantage in the elections. This is what the BJP MP Meenakshi Lekhi, who's filed the contempt case, has said today.
We are expecting a strict order from the Supreme Court, and people who have been misusing the Supreme Court verdict and replacing the words of the Supreme Court order by their own words is not permissible under the law, and it is strictly a contempt of court. And because this is a strict version so far as contempt of court is concerned, we filed a petition under section 15 read with the rule 3C. The grounds are very simple. The grounds are his statements which he has been making at various rallies and other places, which is completely bereft of facts and is a lie.
Well, even today, the Congress stuck to its guns, viewers, after this petition was filed in court, saying that whatever Rahul Gandhi has said is absolutely right. Narendra Modi is a chore. And therefore, we today confronted Kapil Sibal, the preeminent legal mind of the Congress party, to get his view. Could he defend what many people today are saying is contemptuous of the Supreme Court's verdict and is perhaps indefensible in the public realm? Here is this interaction. We're speaking to the irrepressible Kapil Sibal, who is going to be contesting from New Delhi, we're told, in just a few days. Obviously...
Not New Delhi.
New Delhi. Oh, so you're giving me the inside story.
I didn't say New Delhi. Nobody said.
Okay, Chandni Chowk.
I don't know about that either, because the list is not out.
Well, interesting. I hope this is not going to be the tone of the interview. We're going to be combating from the word go.
Not at all. I was just sort of... Sometimes facts are never put on the table. I just want to put some facts on the table.
Okay, great. We're speaking, sir, on a day when the BJP has decided to sue Rahul Gandhi for contempt in the context of his remarks on Rafale. Now, at the outset, I want to say that the Supreme Court has ruled to uphold press freedom, which was sought to be stymied. At least that is what it appeared to be by this government. As far as the reportage on the Rafale deal goes, the Supreme Court order constitutes palpably a loss of face for this government, which was trying to suppress, as I said, the facts, to quote you, from appearing in the public domain using the draconian OSA. But your party has taken the judgment to mean that the Chokidar, sir, is guilty of Chori. How are you drawing this link?
First of all, let's be clear on this. The expression Chokidar Chore is much prior to the proceedings in the Supreme Court. You must remember that. This dialogue has taken place much prior. What happened in the Supreme Court and the petition that was filed was much later.
It's not a dialogue, it's an accusation.
No, it's a,
Presuming
because
guilt.
he's calling us, by all kinds of names, and we're, telling him, because he talks about corruption all the time, that how he's a clean person, his government is clean, and we're trying to tell him, see what you've done in Rafale. And in fact, you call yourself a chowkidar, and if this is what has happened in Rafale, that's why chowkidar chor hai.
Okay, but how
It's
are you
only
drawing the
in
link
that
on
context.
the back of the Supreme Court judgment?
No, I don't think there's a question of link. He's been talking about it, Rahul Gandhi has been talking about it much before the proceedings in the Supreme Court. He's reiterating his position.
He's reiterating his position.
That he took long back.
Disagree with you because I'm going to quote exactly. All newspapers, including a press agency. And he says, as I have been saying, there are two names, Modi and Anil Ambani. Prime Minister of India stole 30,000 crores from the Air Force and gave it to Anil Ambani. The Supreme Court has accepted that. The Supreme Court is going to investigate that. Prime Minister Modi, SC, has said that you have indulged in corruption. Come and let us discuss corruption in front of the nation. SC has said, Chaukidar ne chori ki hai.
You must understand what's the background of all this. The background of all this is that certain documents were not put before the Supreme Court. Right? In fact, the affidavit that the government filed was far from the truth. When the truth actually emerged and a review petition was filed, the Attorney General made a statement. These are stolen documents, you can't look at them because they are protected under the Official Secrets Act. Supreme Court has rejected that and said we will actually now look at the relevance of these documents in the context of the review petition, which means these documents become extremely relevant. And what do these documents show? That the entire establishment, the Defense Ministry, the Law Ministry, was opposed to the government, right? And the negotiating committee was not taken into confidence. And all this happened at
Those
the
are
instance of the
allegations.
PMO. No, these are now reflected in documents. Please remember, these are not allegations anymore.
But some aspects of those documents have been gone into by the
reflected in the documents.
Okay, we'll come to that.
It is reflected in the document.
It is in that objection that people are having. Let's get to the nub of this issue. This is what Rahul Gandhi says, and let me repeat it. The Prime Minister Modi, SC, has said, Supreme Court has said, that you have indulged in corruption. Come and let us discuss corruption in front of the nation. SC has said, Chaukidar ne chori ki hai. Where is the Supreme Court said it?
1 second. The Supreme Court has not, Rahul Gandhi is only reflecting the fact that the documents reflect that. That's what he's saying. That's what, remember, in political discourse, lots of things are said.
You can take license with the truth.
Not a question of
you
license.
Can mislead the people.
Come along. Who is misleading the people? The person who has misled the people most. The person who has misled the people most is the Prime Minister of India. Where are the 15 lakhs that were to go to Rahul's account?
Where are the
Your
30,000
account?
crores that were supposed to go?
That's the allegation right from the beginning.
Anil Ambani.
That's precisely the allegation right from
30,000. We'll come to all of that.
One second. When you said that you are misrepresenting, you are in fact deflecting the truth. What is the truth in this country?
Sir,
every time, every
BJP
statement made by the state, they are entitled to file.
I know. So that's why I'm asking you. And you are perhaps the most well-versed legal mind on the Congress side of the fence, and perhaps you might even be involved in this defense. Is Rahul Gandhi in trouble?
You know that Congress party
very literally in trouble, because this is what he said. Come and let us discuss corruption in front of the nation. SC has said, Chaukidar ne chori ki hai.
If somebody has filed a petition for contempt, they are welcome to file it. The Supreme Court will rule on it. Let's not take it further, because as far as I am concerned, they have the right to file a petition, and the Supreme Court will apply its mind.
We need to take it further because, sir, the charge that is being made is not just about whether Rahul Gandhi was playing fast and loose with the facts. Allow me, sir. But that he was misleading the country.
Oh, I see. You're really concerned about Rahul Gandhi misleading the country.
That is the charge. Look, I have brought
the charge will be decided by the court.
I have brought with me, sir, the Supreme Court
judgment. Who has misled this country the most?
Now, you're someone...
Who has led this country, misled the country the most?
Well, sir, you're entitled to that view.
No.
And it is up
I can
for
prove it.
And it is up for election.
I can prove it.
We'll come to that.
Yes.
But here is the Supreme Court judgment, sir.
Right.
Can you tell me where it says explicitly, and I'll quote Rahul Gandhi again.
That I have read. Did he say that in the judgment the Supreme Court has found
Yes, sir. He
Let's
said
talk-
that.
he has not
said,
said
and I've quoted this, and I cross-checked
He
this
is-
from
he is-
8 sources, sir,
I don't
and
know.
I've
You
brought
can,
this.
you can check it. You can ask him. Look, I cannot respond to what Rahul Gandhi said. I can only tell you the context in which he said it.
Are you
and I've made
distancing
it quite,
yourself from Rahul
not
Gandhi's
at all.
statement because
I
you know
have,
it's
not at
legally
all. I have,
untenable?
one second. I still maintain that Chokidar Chor hai.
On the basis of what the Supreme Court
I
has said 2
maintain
days
it.
ago?
I mean, no, forget about what the Supreme.
That's your conviction.
One second, it's my conviction.
We're
It's Rahul's
talking about
conviction.
what the Supreme Court
it is
has said.
Rahul's conviction, and he has said it from the very beginning.
But
and
can
he's
he
talked
link it
about
to
the
the Supreme
30,000
Court?
crores from the very beginning.
But can
Let's
he-
be clear on.
But can you link it to
That's
the
when the Supreme Court will decide, not you.
Okay, one second. I want to go into what the Supreme Court has said, Mr. Sibal.
I think you're wasting a lot of valuable time.
No, Rahul Gandhi has made this the central issue of his campaign.
It continues to be.
Then
It
we're not
continues to be.
wasting time. Then we're actually discussing
No,
the
we are
central
wasting
issues.
time because this is to be
If I were
decided.
to talk
We are
about-
wasting time because this is to be decided by the court, not by Rahul.
No, sir. This is a comment that has been made by
Let
Rahul
them-
Gandhi.
let
The
it-
question is, in political season, right in the thick of an election, a day before the first phase, Rahul Gandhi comes out and said, in fact, on the day
has said it from
that
the
polling
beginning.
was going on, in his mother's constituency, he
Rahul
came out and said,
Shivshankar, he's been saying it from day one.
but is it proper for
What
him
is
to
proper?
suggest
Nothing
that
is,
the
nothing
Supreme
is
Court,
improper because I am convinced, the party is convinced,
You might be,
Rahul Gandhi
but
is
the
convinced
Supreme Court
that in
is not.
fact this is the biggest scam apart from
the Supreme
demonetization.
Court is not? And you are saying that the
I
Supreme
didn't say,
Court
look, please, the Supreme Court is yet to decide.
is yet to decide.
Yes,
so Rahul
let
Gandhi
them-
cannot stand and become judge, jury and
What do you
executioner.
mean? This is what he thinks. He has said what he has said.
But it's
They
not-
have filed a contempt. We'll see.
Okay, let's go into what the Supreme Court has said, sir. This is a very, very important issue. We did a word analysis of word cloud analysis, it's called.
Have
of
you
Rahul
done some
Gandhi's
word
speeches.
cloud analysis
Many.
on what Modi has
So
said?
we can talk
No,
about Balakot, and we can talk about
just want to ask
Pakistan,
you.
and we can talk about...
One second. Have you ever done
Yes, Balakot in Pakistan, national security. That's what he talks
a
about.
word analysis of what Modi has been saying since 2014. Have you done that?
Yes,
Which-
not since
have-
2014 in this
All
campaign.
right. Or in the last 2 years, what have you done? Just give me 2 examples.
We're talking about this campaign, sir.
Please,
This is the,
no,
this
let's
is the
speak.
final.
Let's
This
see.
is the
Look,
final.
don't. See, we know your channel. We know the enormous.
Now you're getting personal.
Not at all. The enormous reach of your channel. So you should be fair.
I am being absolutely...
You are not.
I'm
you are
being
not.
fair
You
to
are
the
not.
facts.
Let's put standards. No. If you want to talk about
I
what
began
Rahul
by
said,
saying that
let's
this
talk
is a
about.
setback for
let's-
this government. They tried to suppress press freedoms.
No.
They
Let's talk
invoked
about
POSA.
what Modi has been saying, what
Let's
lies he's
talk
been
about-
telling this nation.
Sir,
let's
we can't,
let's do-
we,
let's
can't
be-
we can't brush under one set
I'm
of
not
lies.
brushing under. I'm
allegedly.
only talking about
and
the
discuss
reach
another.
of your channel
Okay.
and the importance of having a level playing field.
You're trying to
and
get out of a
not at all
a tight situation.
No, never.
Mr. Sibal.
I
Okay,
never.
so
There
let's
is no
look-
tight situation.
Indulge me for a
I
few
will
moments.
indulge you.
Indulge me, sir. This is what the Supreme Court has said. In the light of the above, we deem it proper to dismiss the preliminary objections raised by the Union of India questioning the maintainability of the review petitions and behold and affirm that the review petitions will have to be adjudicated on their own merit by taking into account the relevance of the contents of the 3 documents, admissibility of which in the judicial decision-making process has been sought to be questioned by the respondents in the review petitions. Documents have been made admissible, but sir, their relevance...
What are those documents?
Their relevance. We can talk about them. 8-page note written by 3 members of the Indian negotiating team.
Right. What do
charged
they say?
in reference to the Rafale deal. I've got all of that.
Yeah, please
But
tell me.
one second, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
But first I want to ask you, because that is
No,
under...
please tell me now what those documents say.
I've got
Because
it
those
here.
documents will tell you the entire story.
No bank guarantees meant more expensive new deal.
Yeah.
That's the first one,
Right,
the sum
then-
of that.
Right. No, there are
The
more.
second,
There are no. That's
yeah,
not
I'm
just
coming
one.
to that.
Yeah.
The second one says Rafale deal not on better terms than the UPA era offer.
Right.
The third one goes on to say NDA waived anti-corruption clauses after
Yes. What does
parallel
that mean?
parlance.
What does this mean?
Sir,
One second.
Is this being-
if you waive an anti-corruption clause, what do you mean by that? You're protecting corruption.
the court has
And
to
that is-
decide that.
One second.
Or have you decided
this is
that?
this is part of the record.
The court has to decide that.
Now you say court has to decide.
Isn't it
when
true?
you come to contempt and I say court has
No,
to
no, no,
decide,
sir.
you say no.
No, I am
I'm
actually
just. What is
asking
this
you-
anti-corruption clause?
Sir, I'm only asking
No,
you.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you, sir. 1 second. Look, I asked you to indulge me, and I'll indulge you right
All
after.
right.
We will discuss the 3 documents, but I want your opinion,
Why
sir.
did you cancel the anti-corruption clause? Because
We will
because
come
the
to that.
deal was corrupt.
According to you.
Not
That will be
according
gone
to me.
into-
It is the notings.
1 second, sir. I cannot give you an answer. I am not the Chief Justice of
That's
India.
why you should
Okay.
rest your
No.
case by saying, let the court decide
I want
whether...
to get into, so it's political season. There's a political charge that is being made against Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi has made this the center point of the Congress campaign.
Nothing wrong
you
with
know,
that.
there's nothing wrong with that. Therefore, let's have a little bit of transparency. Let the people also be
like
able to
like
make
the
up their
bonds,
mind.
like the election bonds, the transparency of
That
the
is
electoral
true.
bonds.
That is a fraud that is being perpetuated
By this government.
every political party.
No,
of this government,
the
sir.
electoral bond
Did
is
you-
not a fraud
did
by
you-
every political party.
did
That's
you-
the fraud of the BJP.
Did you get up in the House?
212
Did you get up in the
crores.
House and oppose it?
212 crores.
Did you get up in the House and
now
oppose
you're
it, Mr.
defending the BJP.
I'm not. Did
No,
you get up
are,
in the
you
House?
Are,
No,
you
I'm
are.
only asking.
No,
I
I'm
said
asking, I'm
all
asking you.
political
We
parties
opposed
are
it.
guilty.
We said
Is
that
the
it is,
BJP not a
this is a
political
fraud.
party?
We
I'm
said
saying
this is
it's
a fraud.
I'm saying it's
so
a fraud.
then they have indulged in a fraud to
How
the
am
people of
I,
this
Rahul
country.
Shivshankar, asked on the 31st of March every year to tell the government and the authorities the source of my income, and political parties cutting across the board
Yes.
are not expected to declare? But that's a
Exactly.
side.
At 212 crores.
You're changing the
to them.
goalposts.
I'm not changing
I asked
anything.
you for your indulgence, and I'm going back to the
yeah,
subject.
sure, sure, please.
We'll come back to that. See, there are many issues, but you have made Rafale a central issue. Rahul Gandhi walks around with
I
the
agree.
big replica of the Rafale. Now, I'm asking you, sir, this is very clear.
You're right.
Rahul Gandhi, when he links the Supreme Court judgment to the phrase "Chaukidar ne chori ki hai," he's out of line.
So why is he out of line?
He's out of line because he is bending a Supreme Court judgment which
No,
does
one
not
second.
impute
It is
this
his
at
perception.
all.
It is
to
his
spread
perception
misinformation.
that
That's the charge.
No, once it is his perception, and I can tell you right away, according to me, had these documents been placed before the court earlier, there would have been a full-fledged inquiry by now. Because what is really serious in these documents is the fact that they have actually eliminated clauses which have been there in every defense deal.
I'm going to
and
ask
the
you a straight-
anti-corruption
Meenakshi
clause.
Lekhi has said-
One second. The anti-corruption clause, if you eliminate that, it means you're protecting corruption. That all that you've made, and that's what Rahul is talking about, the
So
30,000
you better
crores.
have a response, because Meenakshi Lekhi could
I
end up
better
very
have a
much.
response. That's-
Is
is that the language of a journalist or the language of a political
because
party?
Meenakshi Lekhi is going to be up against you.
It's all right,
One
doesn't
hopes. It'll be a riveting contest, two lawyers up against each other, and she might bring this subject up. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That it would be advisable to have a response, if you take umbrage at the word I used. Is he misleading, as Meenakshi Lekhi says, as the Prime Minister often says, millions of Indians to warp the weft of democracy at a critical time? So,
So what is the question you're
is
asking?
Rahul Gandhi misleading?
I've said no.
Okay, so you endorse every spoken
There's
word
no question.
by Rahul
I
Gandhi.
am saying to you that the fact that they have cancelled the anti-corruption clause means they wanted
Sir,
to put
you're changing the goalposts.
I'm not
We're
changing
talking
the
about the
goalposts.
Supreme Court
And the
and what the
Supreme Court has
Supreme Court
realized
has said.
that.
So I'm asking you,
the
has the
Supreme,
Supreme
one
Court
second, the
averred
Supreme
that
Court
Modi
has
is a
realized
chore?
that.
Has the Supreme Court averred that Modi is a
Once
chore? I last checked.
again, I don't understand
There was a
that.
clean check.
What does the anti-corruption clause mean?
Let me tell you.
Cancellation of anti-corruption
This
clause
is what
mean?
Rahul Gandhi says.
You keep,
As I have
one
been
second,
saying,
one second. You will keep on repeating it, and I'll keep on telling you the same thing.
Okay.
Let's not waste valuable time on television and move on to something
maybe
else
you
for the
could have
reason.
saved the nation a lot of time had
Oh, I
you filed
see.
an FIR.
I could have
Had
saved-
you filed an FIR?
Why
in
should
this
we file an
particular
FIR?
case?
Somebody else has gone to court. The Supreme Court is now looking at it.
Why are you
And what's going to happen to the...
piggybacking- why are
One
you
second.
piggybacking
Had
on
we
a
filed an
petition,
FIR,
sir?
what would have happened? The ED, the income tax is in their pocket. The ED is in their pocket. The CBI is in their pocket. And all the agencies would have protected him.
Okay.
We've lodged a lot of
Why
FIRs.
couldn't
and
you
what
become a party to this petition?
Why should we become a party? Somebody is going in court. It's going on
If
in
there
court.
is so much indubitable proof, why are you shooting off the
We didn't.
shoulders
You must understand-
as the finance
Once
minister
I
of this
asked-
country is described, two
Rahul,
career nationalists and one
let me
litigant
post 3,
in
4
Prashant
facts
Bhushan.
before the public of this country. Just 3, 4 facts. Will you
Sure.
allow me
Of course.
this indulgence?
Of course.
Fact number 1. No procedural requirement was adhered to when the Prime Minister went to France and on April 13, 2015 said, I'll pick up 36 Rafales off the shelf. No Prime Minister in the history of this country has ever done that. No procedure was followed. Number 2, we had to get 126 Rafales, right? And HAL was to get technology through transfer of technology from Dassault so that it would have enriched us, it would have led to employment through HAL to thousands of people, jettisoned. Then there was a clause by which benefits were given to a particular company, which was not to the knowledge either of Dassault or of the Defense Ministry or of the External Affairs Ministry or the External Affairs spokesperson. Even the Foreign Secretary of the External Affairs did not know about it, right? So we got 36 Rafales at a higher price, at a higher price at the instance of the Prime Minister, and all the protective clauses to ensure that corruption is not protected were taken out of the contract, which means that if there is corruption is to be found, the contract will protect it because the anti-corruption clause is taken away. Now, anybody listening to me will realize that this is a very big scam.
The CNAG
Rahul,
listened to you.
1 second.
It went over these issues, some of them.
There was no CAG report, as you know.
Sir, some of them. And some of these issues were dismissed out of hand. Now,
you know very well. You know very well about the CAG.
Sir, please. The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court. Well, sir, Vinod Rai was appointed by.
And what happened to Vinod Rai?
Vinod Rai.
No, one second.
So the CNAG
for a moment. For the what happened to Vinod Rai?
So you've written
he talked about 1,76,000 crores. What happened to it? It was set at naught.
Mr. Sibal, every institution, according to the Congress Party today, is suborned. Right?
You think not?
Okay.
You're a journalist, you think not?
I, sir, speak on evidence.
Oh, so you think that one second. There is no evidence that the CBI is suborned. There is no evidence that ED is suborned.
Sir, are you suggesting that Mr. Modi stands indicted by the Supreme Court?
I am suggesting that Modi stands indicted by the people of India.
Okay. The court of public opinion, they're up there
he
voting,
stands
sir.
indicted.
There's a whole jury out there, but we are talking about the Supreme Court. And sir, today that charge can be pointed back at Rahul Gandhi that he's a liar. He links, and I'll quote him again. As I have been saying, there are two names, Modi and Anil Ambani, Prime Minister of India, stole 30,000 crores from the Air Force and gave it to Anil Ambani.
I ask you one, give me a bit of indulgence. Have you ever said publicly that Modi is a liar?
Have I said?
Yes.
Several occasions.
When?
3 or 4. I'll tell you.
You have said that.
I'll tell you. We questioned his minister.
No, not questioned. Have you public on this television?
I have said.
On this show. One second. I want you to say on this show.
I have said that the Mr. Modi has not delivered on his promise to give us.
Not that. Not that.
No, 1 second.
Not that. Rahul, now I object to this.
1 second.
I object to this.
Sir, am I a politician?
No, you're not. I want to know from you.
Am I a political
party? Have you ever said?
No. Am I a judge?
1 second. No, I'm asking you. Today you said that Rahul is a liar. I want you to publicly say.
I didn't say that. Yes, the BJP says it.
No, you just said it.
I didn't. I said I'm saying everything that the
BJP
says.
No. Now today you can say. Today you can say either take back your words or say publicly that Modi is a liar.
I told you.
No, I am asking.
You need to be
you just either you take back those words. If a journalist,
I am paraphrasing.
I am sorry. If a journalist in public television makes a charge of this nature against 1 second.
You said that Modi is a liar. I said there are equal number of people who say that Rahul Gandhi is a lawyer.
You said now we can say. I'm sorry.
So I'm saying it.
What?
There are equal number of people who vote for the BJP.
Take back the words that you... One second.
Sir,
you say that you did not mean...
I didn't. Obviously, I didn't mean it.
I see. Good. Okay, now we can move forward.
You're just hair splitting. Obviously, I didn't mean it. But let's go back to the facts. Now, you have reeled out a number of charges, which you say are backed up by documents that should have been presented. Yeah, fair enough. That should have been presented to the court. Now it's going to be. But why, sir? Then you did not become a party to this petition. I'm asking you. The FM says, Arun Jaitley says, listen to me, sir. He's put this in a blog and I can quote it for you. He says that 2 career nationalists and 1 litigant called Prashant Bhushan are doing this at the behest of certain individuals to further their own private interests. I'm only asking you, sir, is that happening? Is that charge? Is that charge accurate? This is his quote. I can read it out to you.
If Arun Jaitley makes a statement like that, seek an explanation from Mr. Jaitley. Right?
Is Mr. Bhushan leading a witch hunt at the behest of political players in the opposition? I'm asking you, sir. You represent
why should I ask?
Party because the imputation was that.
So I think that's again an unfair question. One second. Let me answer. Prashant Bhushan is not a congressman.
Okay.
Okay. He's not acting on behalf of the Congress Party. Right? And you can't ask me that question. If you think Prashant Bhushan is, ask him that question. As far as we are
So
concerned,
Mr. Bhushan
we were
is
not
acting out of an elevated sense of
I don't-
conscientiousness.
That you ask him.
Okay.
Ask
so let
him,
me
don't
ask
ask
you,
me.
sir. Let me ask
Somebody has filed a petition in court. It has led to this. It has embarrassed the government. It has embarrassed the Attorney General of India.
you. Why? Because there is
Because
some
he
truth.
said no. Because he said these are stolen documents. You can't look at them.
And there
so
is
the
some
government,
truth.
the government did
You're
not.
saying there's some truth.
No, no. See,
To
the
these
One
documents.
second. The government did not want these documents to be looked at. Supreme Court looked at these documents and said the larger public interest, and that's the judgment of Justice Joseph, that the larger
I read
public
that.
interest of investigating corruption is much more important than the
Yes,
public
then the
interest.
privilege of the government.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that means prima facie, they think that there is something in this to be investigated, corruption.
Absolutely.
The relevance of that will
Absolutely.
be judged at the time when the review petition is heard.
Now, all of this has happened, as I've said, on the back of two alleged career nationalists and one litigant in the shape and form of Mr. Prashant Bhushan. I'm not saying this, this is the finance minister saying this. I'm only asking you, sir.
Why should you ask me?
I'm only asking you a question.
Why do you ask
Do you believe that these individuals
Again,
are acting
why-
at the behest of
why-
the Congress
why
party?
you-
are they?
why-
Yes, no.
Why are you asking
Because
me?
you're the Congress party.
You know about
represent-
it, that they are acting at the
This is the
behest?
accusation.
One second.
Why are you hesitating to say no?
No. Where is the question of...
Where is the question?
See, why? Where is the question of saying yes or no?
Okay. So
You have to
Prashant-
provide evidence, or Mr. whoever has written this blog
finance
has to.
minister.
So he's made an allegation.
So I'm
you
asking,
believe
is
that?
it right
You
or is it
believe
wrong?
that? Is that a lie? No.
Is it
Is
right?
that a lie?
I don't know, sir.
You said.
Is it right
you,
or wrong? I'm
just
asking you.
one second. He's made an allegation.
Do you represent the
I am-
Congress
I
party?
am asking you a question. He's made an allegation.
Yes.
Is it based on any fact?
I don't know. I'm asking
You should ask him.
I'm asking
you.
you.
should ask
He's
him
made
and
an
then,
allegation.
and then publicly say
Okay.
it's a lie.
So I don't know
Is it
why.
based on any fact?
I don't know why you're not coming out and saying we have nothing to do with these three individuals. That's a matter of record. I don't know why Mr. Sibal is not coming out
I
and
am
saying.
shocked that you are even putting this to me.
Okay. Let me
I
then
am
ask
shocked.
you.
Now, I'll tell you why I'm shocked. What have we've got to do with Mr. Chori or Mr. Yashwant Sinha?
Okay, fair enough.
No,
You're
why
distancing yourself from them. Fair enough.
There's no
Okay.
question of distancing myself.
Okay.
We have nothing to do with the
You have
litigation.
nothing to do with. Fair enough. It's on the record.
Right, and it's-
the
it's
Congress
like-
party has
it's-
nothing to do with this trio. Okay.
One
so
sec-
let's
one-
move forward.
The Congress party has nothing to do with the litigation. I think you should have heard what I said. The Congress party has nothing to do with this litigation.
Yes.
Against you have misrepresented what I said.
It stands to reason the
No,
litigants
now
are
you're
these three
making
individuals.
it logical.
Okay.
I am just
So I
telling you
should
what
be
I
illogical.
said. No, you should state the truth.
Okay.
You should
You have
state,
nothing to
if
do
you
with
ask,
this litigation.
Yes, exactly.
To
That's
which
what I said. You should state that.
To which I ask, because they have moved mountains over the last few days in bringing various documents to the notice of the Supreme Court,
Published in Hindu.
published in Hindu, and have made a material difference, as you're saying, to the reading of this particular case and this matter in the public domain. Do you regret not having been a partner in this effort?
Why should we regret?
Okay, we don't. Now I want to ask you, sir. Prashant Bhushan was also the person who exposed Robert Vadra, did he not?
So
if, and this
now
is a
you
question
said
I'm
he's a
asking.
professional. He's a professional
No.
at the instance of the
You see
Congress
this
party.
photograph?
So
Robert Vadra, along with Rahul Gandhi,
So?
the Gandhis,
So?
a tainted individual.
So again,
Is-
I'm sorry.
is-
One second. On what basis do you say it's tainted?
Is he not? Is
Is
he
he-
not being investigated?
Is that being tainted?
Is Mr. Bhushan,
One
Bhushan's
second.
claims-
No,
in
one second.
Bhushan's claims-
Mr.
No,
Shivshankar.
Bhushan came out and
Mr.
said-
Shivshankar.
I'll tell you what he
Mr.
said.
Shivshankar.
Robert Vadra is clearly guilty of using his position and proximity to a powerful family and getting these free upgrades to his family.
Stop acting on behalf of a political party.
I am not. This is
you are.
Prashant
You
Bhushan.
are. You
Is
are.
Prashant
One
Bhushan-
second. I am just asking you.
Is Prashant
I am
Bhushan
asking you
allied
a
with the
question.
BJP?
I am asking you a question. How is Robert Vadra tainted?
Sir, I'm quoting Prashant Bhushan
I
to
don't
you.
care, Prashant. How have you said?
I'm saying.
You said this.
I'm
he's
saying
tainted.
that he's saying this.
No,
I'm
no,
quoting
you
him.
didn't say that. Show me this. Show me this. You said, look at this photograph, he is tainted.
Yes, he's
on
a
what
tainted.
basis?
He's a tainted individual, sir.
On what basis do you say that?
Why do you say he's not?
No, I'm
Is he
asking
being
you. You
investigated?
made that.
Hasn't he not been summoned?
Therefore, you're tainted.
For
you're
enforcement
investigated. Therefore,
directive? Sir, I not
tainted. If
said he's
Amit Shah
guilty.
was charged for murder, has he committed murder?
Have we not said that?
I'm asking you.
Have we
Was
not
he
said
charged for
in the
murder?
judge lawyer
Did he
issue-
commit murder?
Did you not say, Rahul, that Amit Shah was tainted? Did you not say?
No, I did not. You're
didn't say.
mistaken.
The Congress party didn't say.
No,
that
I'm sorry.
Amit Shah.
We said here is the president of a party who was charged for murder. That's what we said, rightly so.
Okay.
He's
Can
not
I
even
have
been
the- can I
charged.
have that photograph
No,
back?
wait. He has not even been charged. He has not even been charged.
Mr.
There is
Sibal.
no charge against
Mr.
him.
Sibal, the man is being questioned.
Very good.
In the public eye.
So,
there is. Look, we are talking in the public realm because neither is Modi tainted with Rafale.
We are not.
Modi is not tainted with Rafale.
No.
Is he charged? Is Mr. Modi charged? Is there a case against Mr. Modi? Yet you call him a chore. On what basis?
I've given you.
So Modi is a chore without a case. But Robert Vadra is being investigated and he's not tainted.
One second. We are politically charging him for being a chore. That's what we are saying. You are saying that this man
Bhushan is
one second. You are saying
the BJP politically charges Robert Vadra.
One second. We continue to charge him. You are saying this man is tainted without any basis, and you are a journalist.
Sir, excuse me.
Now you can have it.
You might be wanting to score a debating point,
no,
but I'm asking you a simple question: is Modi charged in Rafale?
There is an ethics.
Is Modi charged with Rafale? Simple question.
No, it says yet to be investigated.
So you have. In the public
square. We still think that's political.
Okay, that's political. That's fine. Right. Therefore, sir, the political charge against Robert Vadra.
I am sorry, sir, you did not say that. One second.
Okay.
You did not say that.
I am saying it now. The political charge against Robert Vadra.
You seem to be changing statements every minute.
The political charge against Robert Vadra is that he's tainted and he should not have been in the proximity of the Gandhi family because.
Why?
Because, sir,
why?
You cannot.
Why should he?
Let me allow me.
Why was Amit Shah chosen as president when he was being investigated for murder?
Sir, can I ask you a question? If you want to brazen it out, fair enough.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
I'm only asking you. I want to come to this part, sir, very, very importantly, about Robert Vadra.
Yes.
Do you have a elastic definition of morality? Prime Minister is deemed a chore politically. Let's talk about politics. Deemed a chore by the Congress party because you believe it's a political charge that stands.
Yes.
But Robert Vadra is innocent.
Did I say?
I'm asking.
You are saying.
I'm asking.
I said there's no question of innocence or guilt because there is nothing against him at the moment. Sir, it's only an allegation.
Sir, I'm only quoting individuals like Prashant Bhushan who brought out sheafs of documents on the back of which, sir, certain officials of the Haryana government came out and said that there was some amount of wrongdoing in land deals, on the back of which an investigation was conducted.
So what has happened to that?
So you can't have two definitions.
No, I'm not having two definitions. See, Rahul, again, I'm not having. See, you are not a politician. You are not a politician.
I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I'm not.
I'm happy because
elastic facts and elastic morality is not my strong point.
If you were a politician, and you did as a politician what you are doing as a journalist. Thank God you're not a politician.
Well, sir, you can absolutely take a pot shot at me.
Let me answer. There is no case against Robert Vadra in terms of any charges yet framed.
That's a fact.
Right, that's a fact. So he can't be called tainted.
Sir, I'm only saying that there are certain individuals. You snatched the paper out of my hand.
I didn't snatch it.
Who have come out and said.
Again, you're misrepresenting facts.
Okay, you took
I asked you to give them to me.
So I'm asking you a question, sir. I'm asking you a question. Yeah. There are certain allegations against Mr. Vadra.
So?
There are certain allegations against Mr. Modi. So if one, Mr. Modi is a chore in the Congress eyes.
There's a difference.
No, please. The other person is also alleged to have done wrong things.
They are making that allegation. We have not taken umbrage.
Then would, sir, you concede that they stand on the same moral plane for the Congress party? So there will be two different standards.
One second,
is it
Mr. Vadra,
he's the king of the Gandhi family?
Now again, you are misrepresenting facts. Is Mr. Vadra holding a public office?
Sir,
I'm just please.
Could you not have influenced a public office?
I am asking you.
Could you not have
influenced a public office? First time I'm asking you.
No.
You're not holding a public office? Prime Minister is holding a public office, right? Prime Minister had certain documents which he should have won. You are not allowing me. Prime Minister had certain documents which the government should have filed in court. As a duty of the government as to what are the real facts on Rafale, he chose not to file. Those documents reveal very, very serious issues, namely jettisoning the entire ministry, entire establishment, and making sure that your writ runs.
We have to go into the relevance of those documents.
They've
been admitted.
Once again, and the documents show that they protected, they excluded the anti-corruption clause. Right? You can't compare what Mr. Modi did, Rafale, with a person who is not even a public servant.
Sir,
with
Robert Vadra is close to people, or was close to people.
Yeah, so?
who
So
were
he
holding
wasn't
public
Prime Minister
office,
close to
who
Mehul
was-
Choksi.
who was-
One second, one
that's
second,
what I'm saying.
one
So you
second,
can't
one-
draw-
one- one
one
second,
second,
one-
one second, sir, one
no,
second.
one-
You
let-
can't
let-
draw-
one second.
you can't draw
One second,
selectively
let me answer that.
on
One
photographs,
second,
right?
in Davos, what happened?
So both have to be wrong.
One second, in Davos, what happened?
So both
One
have to be
second,
wrong.
let me answer. You're not allowing me. You see, you're a journalist, you should allow me to answer.
Yes.
What happened in Davos?
Was Mr. Choksi charged at that point?
I'm asking.
Was there a case against him at that time?
No, you will not.
No, I'm
You
asking
seem
you.
to be defending without my even putting the facts.
I'm asking
Did I
you.
say that?
You brought up
Did
two
I say
photographs.
that? Mr. Rahul?
You brought up
Shivshankar,
another
have I
photograph.
said that? I've not even completed my
Okay.
sentence.
Go ahead, sir.
If you're a journalist, allow me to answer.
Yeah.
Because you've come with an agenda, let me respond to it.
I've come with no
But
agenda except for
just one second.
asking you.
Let me respond to it. Let me respond to it. Mehul Choksi is very well known to the Prime Minister.
I don't know.
Very close. You don't know? You've
I
not
have no
seen
clue.
that tape in Davos?
I haven't.
You haven't.
I've only seen a photograph, sir. I
You haven't seen
any
the tape.
I haven't
You
seen
haven't-
the tape.
you
I've seen a
haven't-
photograph of two individuals in a frame.
That's all. You haven't seen him say Mehul Choksi bhai?
At that point, sir,
I'm
can
asking.
I ask you, was he
Well, I'm
charged?
not. Have I even said anything?
Well, you're drawing.
I'm not drawing
an
anything.
analogy.
No, I'm not drawing anything.
So you're
I'm
not
only
drawing an
saying,
analogy.
not at all.
Okay.
I'm just stating the fact.
So Rahul
now, this
Gandhi
Choksi
and
bhai,
Robert Vadra
this
can be in
Choksi
the
bhai
same
has
frame,
run away from
no
the country.
problems.
One second. His Choksi bhai has run away from the country. He's escaped. He's somewhere outside. And he's charged with many things, right? Now, he is a friend of Prime Minister. Have I called Prime Minister? Have I said because your association with the Prime Minister, or Prime Minister's association with Mehul Choksi, he is responsible? No.
Of course you have.
So I'm
The Congress
defending
party-
you.
The Congress party has
I
come
am
out and said on
defending.
several
I am
issues, sir,
defending
you're
you
defending
merely
me now
because.
it suits you.
No.
Very quickly, sir.
no.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay.
I just want to ask you another question that is brought up constantly. This business of 30,000 crores. Very quickly, sir. How is Rahul Gandhi claiming that the Prime Minister has put 30,000 crores into the pocket, metaphorically, of Mr. Ambani? Tell me, where is the 30,000 crores?
One second. That is the extent of the offset benefits that are going to be given, right? And obviously, a company which had no experience. Was the Reliance Industries had any experience in defense? Are you aware of it? When was it incorporated
Did
for the
the
first?
Tatas have any
I am
experience in rolling
I am
steel
asking
under
you.
the British?
One second. I am asking you. When was it incorporated? Do you know?
Sir, can I ask
Please
you a
ask.
question?
Answer.
Look, 1 second.
One second.
We are on the 30,000
One second.
crores.
One
I'm
second.
asking you.
You see, you will not allow me to answer.
You said offset.
I am sorry. You are not allowing me to answer.
You're asking me questions.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you as to when it was first incorporated, in April. The joint venture was incorporated in April, right? Did Reliance at any point have any land at that point in time? Did it have any equity at that point? And in fact, it was incorporated, I think, on April 24. And the joint venture was entered into before April 30th of 2015. A company without any land, without any equity, without any expertise, without any defense experience. What else?
So we'll go into the merits of that.
No,
The court
not
will
merits.
examine it. I
You
want
see,
to
the
come to
problem
you.
is the
I'm
problem
asking you a
the
very
problem
limited
with
question, sir. I'm
your
only asking. Allow me,
let
sir.
me
30,000 crores.
Let me complete. So a company which had nothing to do with defense,
Sure.
within 6 days, Dassault.
We know all this. It's out there. It's in the public
Right, so
domain.
this is
Why are we
what
going-
else
I'm
is it
only asking you a
corruption?
straightforward
What else is
question.
corruption?
I want you to tell me this value of 30,000.
What else?
Is it notional?
It is not notional.
It's not notional.
It is the extent of the benefits.
How many companies got offset benefits, sir?
Sorry?
How many companies
What
have
is the
got
kickback
offset?
on that?
I'm asking.
How much
many?
kickback will there be?
72 reported partners.
So?
Who have got offset.
So?
Now, I'll break down the maths for you.
Right,
You're
right.
not being
So
very forthcoming with the
you
maths.
You can break
Mr.
down.
Ambani is only
You
one
seem
of
to
them.
have worked very hard on this.
I
huh,
have, sir.
to defend the government.
Because I come prepared with facts.
Oh, I know.
I'm not a politician.
In fact, I am so impressed
Okay.
by the facts that you have
Good.
put before the
Okay,
people of
great,
this country
sir. Okay,
today.
Great. Isn't his share much lesser than in the range of around 2,000 crores or thereabouts? How then can Rahul Gandhi claim that Mr. Modi gave
What
his
share
alleged
are you
friend
talking? What is-
30,000
It's like
crores?
saying that in the electoral bonds,
Yeah.
people have brought money, right? Now, whose money it is, you'll have to know, right? You may say that it has come from this company, but it may have come from abroad.
Okay.
It may be a Hawala transaction from abroad. Who knows what the extent of those benefits are to the BJP? All this has to be investigated.
Okay.
And we think the amount is 30,000 crores.
Okay. Well, we leave it at that.
We leave it. Thank you.
We leave it at that.
So-
Thank you, Mr. Sibal. Thank you for speaking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.